everybody on this call now can confidently write your essay, task 2. At least you understand the procedures, you understand the 3 things we want to see in your introduction, you understand the 4 different aspects we want to see in your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. You also understand what you want to see in your conclusion. Because to be truthful, these are major things they mark. And once you are able to put your words together, or how would I say, when as you know the structure, so the ideas flow, and that's how it moves. The idea flows as it goes on. So I would encourage everybody. I'll keep on for the rest of this our classes. Every day I'll still continue sending questions, because the more we practice, the more confident we become on that. Okay, can you all see my screen, please? Okay, so I've said it before, planning your writing task 2 essay. The idea is just how to brainstorm. That's just the simple logic about this one. So let's move on from here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the aim of this class is actually to help us get ideas for our essays, how to put those ideas together, then put it on paper, how to group your ideas together. There are times in because of the tension or the 40 minutes for your essay, so you're scared. So most times all the ideas just quickly come up at once. So what I advise at that point, when you read your question, please read your question at least twice. Please, at least twice. Read your question at least twice. And one other thing I do personally during the exam, what I did during my own exam, rather, I always start with task 2. Please, because task 2, you need to concentrate on writing. You need to proofread, and that's where your marks are. So please, maybe they give you for writing, go and do task 2 first. For your letter writing, if you practice at home, under 15 minutes you can finish it. But this essay, you can use 40. Thank you. So the aim is for teach us how to brainstorm, how to group our work, the ideas we have put together, how to give examples to support your ideas, and ranking your ideas. I'll explain that one in the notes. So now the importance of planning. Practicing, try the same method. Try the same method while you're still practicing before you enter the exam hall. Read the question twice. Now, once you are done with that, understand the main topic. I've always said that. Understand your main topic. When you understand that topic, you're able to generate your general statement. I explained that. Okay, I can continue. So once you understand your topic, the next thing is, on your paper, you have just 5 or 3 minutes. Depends on how fast but one thing I tell people, practice. Whatever you practice now is what you go and do in exam. So be comfortable with what works with you. For me now, because I know the thing very well, so I can just dash into my exam hall and start writing and to be going. Because some of you are still trying to understand the platform, how to do it well, I would advise you guys to please plan on your question sheets. Write your points. You just need maybe 1, 2, 3 points. Once you understand that they ask for my opinion, so you choose your side. Am I choosing this side? Am I going on that side? So the things that make the thing come again is you ask yourself, why? Why should I? Okay, like computers now. Why should I choose computer? Why? Ideas will come. So play with your W's. Why? What? When? Where? Those things generate ideas for you. Please practice all this. Why? What? When? Where? How? It generates ideas for you. So most time, nothing I do again, there's some questions that are very hard that you're like, this question, how did I tackle it? So I read the question, whatever it relates to, I now mentally see that thing. I'm like, okay, so if this thing is like this, if government are saying they don't want to support the Someone complete. Let me do that scientific question. I think what was the question about? I can't remember the question now. But someone complained about just can anybody remember that question? There was like,
Animals.
is it about animal?
I
Can I
believe
remember?
it's animals.
Can you read it out if you can remember it? I can't remember the question now.
I think it has to do with killing animals for if it was is
For
moral or
zoo,
something.
why would I want to use animals as experiments? Things like that. So with that, you get an idea. I've gotten one idea now. Why do I want to kill this animal? So if I use them for this experiment, it preserves we the adults or we the human beings from test running on ourselves. Okay, so
Yeah.
you see how I'm generating ideas now. So zoo, animals and science and what's it called? Experimenting on animals. Good. So why would I want to experiment on animals? If I experiment on them, they are good substitutes for human beings. So that we human beings, if we do it directly on our body, we would not be affected. We will know the consequences before we go and put it on humans. I've already picked one idea. How? I'll think, how would we do this? Those things, part of planning. So what are the examiners looking out for? I keep on telling you guys, you want to understand our ideas. Now, see, today on the platform, I marked somebody's work on the platform today. And remember I said, I love your ideas. I think Olabisi, that I clapped, I love you. So the idea was, even when I was reading it, I was like, wow, I love this idea. So they want it relevant to, but don't beat yourself. Whatever thing comes to your head, use it and explain well. It's when you start giving supporting ideas that backs your point, that makes you go out. So don't bother that, is it relevant, is it not relevant? Make sure that whatever they're asking, you're actually answering that question. Once you know you're answering the question, when you put it in a topic sentence, then you start explaining. When you explain, the examiner understands what you're trying to say. But what the topic sentence does for you is it prepares the examiner's head to understand what you want to write below. That's just the work of the topic sentence. It prepares the examiner's mind on what you want to explain to him below. Good. So how relevant your ideas are, how you've used ideas to develop your viewpoints. I told you develop your viewpoints. Now, most students, not some even, most students find this planning stage the most difficult. To help you with this, let's look at the first strategy for brainstorming. Okay, so let me move next. Now, what's brainstorming? It's quickly writing, putting pen to paper of what you have thought of, number of things, the ideas you have put together, quickly writing them down. Because to be truthful, the first time I wrote this exam, all the ideas just came, boom, and that's my first time. I was not so sure, what to do, how to do it. I did not, I didn't even, listen, I'll go and do it now. But over the year, I realized that those ideas, they came. I started writing. I forgot most of them along the line. So if you're not good in cramming those things, that is not my area. I do not cram. But because I learned this strategy, it has been moving for me and I've been getting good grades for it. So what you do, once you read, start writing your point. Just jot your points on your writing. You may also wish to include examples to support your ideas. So I'll give you a good, from this write-up, I've done good, how would I say, an example for everyone so you can see how we do it. So tips, if you wish to write your ideas down, rather than think of them in your head, write them in bullet points form. Don't write sentences, there's no time. You are rushing, you are tense, no time to start. Just put the main points. When you put the main point, when you are ready to write, the thing will flow. Bullet point. But please practice what I'm saying now. Not exam, you're gonna practice. Please practice now. So let's move on. Majorly, we have three types of essay. We have discussion essay, we have argumentative essay, we have problem and solution essay. Now, discussion essay, this is an example of discussion essay. This is an example. So it says, in the future, it may be scientifically possible for people to live for 150 years. This could be good for individuals, but may have negative consequences for society. what are the benefits and risks of people living to 150? First thing on my head, I've read it once. I want to read it again. Next time, I'm reading now to understand the main idea. In the future, it may be scientifically possible for people to live for 150 years. So what they are just saying here now is, the main idea is living for long, having a long life on living on earth, but how would that be possible scientifically? Please see how I'm putting my points. They are talking about people living for long, so long life. But how will it happen? They are now infusing science into it. So you see how I'm getting my main point, my topics now. Now, I go further. This could be good for individuals, but may have negative consequences for the society. So they are bringing both individual and the society in this place. Top of my head, what is coming to my head now is, how will it help individuals? How will it help society? It's already coming to my head already. I'm already jotting some points down. So play with those words, what, how, when, like that. It helps you generate ideas. So the goal thus far, what are the benefits and risks of people living to 150 years? So what they want me to talk about is the benefits and the risk. That is all this question wants me to talk about. They're not asking my opinion. They want me to discuss. Let's discuss. What are the benefits? Let's discuss. What are the risks? So how do I do my work here now? I write my introduction. My first body paragraph, I'll put the benefits. My second body paragraph, I'll put the risk. Conclusion, I'll summarize. I summarize my topic sentence. Please remember, you summarize your topic sentence for your conclusion. So
Sorry.
okay, I
Hello.
can hear you.
Before you, let me ask quickly, right? So what you are saying in essence is that when you have, um, so I will see how you relate it to other types of questionnaire. So you're talking about discussion questionnaire. So your first body paragraph can be maybe an advantage, while
Yes,
the second can be a disadvantage,
yes,
right?
yes,
Then the conclusion will summarize your topic
yes,
sentence. So if you're
yes.
going to apply this to maybe a do you agree or disagree kind of
Beautiful.
question,
Yes, so
how do you?
that's
Yes,
argumentative essay. Now,
yes.
when they give that kind of essay, how so do you agree or disagree? First of all, think in your head, do I want to agree? You must stay at one place. You must not be jumping. I am agreeing, and I'm going to prove my point to the last. I am agreeing. So you pick with that, just pick 2 points or 3 points. That first point, discuss it in the first body paragraph. Your second point, discuss it in your second body paragraph. Giving supporting ideas like that. Conclusion, summarize your topic sentences, and you're good to go.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Mr. Femi, you're raising your hand. Do you want to speak, please?
Yes.
Okay,
Well done. Good afternoon.
thank you. Go.
Please, I want to ask this question that we just saw. They talked about risks and benefits.
Yes, sir.
Does it mean that we need to discuss more than one risk and more than one benefit?
For this kind of that you're discussing, so if you want, by the advice to discuss two benefits, two risk, but
Okay.
in the same body paragraph, please
Okay. Okay.
discuss at least 2 points, but in the same body paragraph. And that method you can use here is your first body paragraph. You will discuss one benefit inside that body paragraph. You will also discuss one risk inside that body paragraph. One. So one benefit, one risk. Second body paragraph, you discuss one benefit, you discuss one risk. Mr. Labisi.
Yes. So I want to relate this to the question you gave us yesterday about students taking a gap year. Then the question said something about they take a gap year either for vacation or to have work
Study.
experience.
Yeah.
So, in that kind of question, when I was writing, I was tempted to want to write in line of what they use those gap year for. So, is it okay to see? I mean, kind of buttress what the question has said, that what was the reason why the students are taking the gap year instead of bringing up another reason that is not within the question.
Okay, so what was the question, first of all? What is the specific question?
So the question said that I think the question said that is it a good idea for students to take gap year?
Yeah,
That's what I interpret the question to be.
yeah.
But in the beginning part of the question, they said they take gap year either go on vacation or to gain to have work experience. Those are two reasons that they gave for people taking gap year. Then in the question, the specific question now says, is it a good idea or is it just a waste of time? So that was the question.
Now, the body part, the body of the question is just the background. They are only trying to make you understand what they are thinking. So it's like a viewpoint. Now, what should be in your essay should be answer to the specific question only. Their viewpoint only comes in your introduction. Their viewpoint, as the question's viewpoint, only comes to play in the introduction. Whatever you write in your body paragraph, you are answering the specific question. Ignore what they have told you. Think of your new idea and start putting it in your body paragraphs. Is that good with you now, sir?
Yes, it's clear. It's clear. Thank you.
So tips, remember, if something sounds like common sense, people will ignore it. Highlight what is unexpected about the topic. So let's move on to the next. Okay. So can you remember let me go back to the question. Sorry. So this is our question. Can you say the question again? Please read it again. In the future, it may be scientifically possible for people to live for 150 years. This could be good for individuals, but may have negative consequences for society. What are the benefits and risks of people living to 150 years? What comes to my head? I quickly write it. Benefits. See writing on my put the point that's flowing in my head. I'm writing it. Experience more in life. More time to be successful. More time with the people we love. Gain more knowledge, experience. You watch our children grow. Scientist, become a scientist, doctor. You can be more effective. Plenty of time to relax. So see, everything is flowing. I'm writing it down. You see, risk again. I'm thinking, what are the risks? How will it affect me? How? If I live 150 years, how will it affect me? I'm thinking, if I'm old, when I'm old now, I might be on LD. All my body organs, old people, their organs are not always, I'll write it there. Physical appearance, I'm getting old. My face is looking wrinkled. Do I want to stay for 150 years? So see, I'm writing, all the points are coming. I'm writing it down. So this brainstorming includes a number of interesting and relevant ideas. You see that everything in my head, I'm just writing it down. It does not mean everything I've written down is important. It does not mean everything I've written down I must put in my paper. You understand? But for all this thing I'm doing, I only have 5 minutes. Then I start to cross out things I think that physical appearance, as if I'm a woman, I'm getting old, my face will be wrinkled. Is that we don't want to sit down on your exam, you cross it out. So think of yourself that things that are irrelevant, you cross them out. You understand what I'm saying? So however, despite our great ideas, our brainstorm is disorganized. You see that as it's coming to my head, I'm writing. So what do I need to do now? I need to organize my ideas. I've written them plenty now. Let's go and organize my idea in the next slide. So now, next thing is to group your ideas. You've written them in bullet points. Don't need to go and start canceling and saying you want to write it off, write it down. Use numbers. If you think that number 4 is the one that is strong, please start with your strong points. So that when the lecturer is reading, his head is just like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. At the point when your examiner is enjoying what you are reading, you are good. It will keep on just giving you the marks. So introduce the very strong point in the beginning. If you don't have strong point at the end, no problem. He has seen something good at the beginning. but please follow the steps I've taught you. Introduction, we need 3 things. Body paragraph, we need four things. Conclusion, we need summary of your topic sentence. Please follow the main, the steps I've given. Now, the idea why I say topic sentence, supporting idea, evidence and example. The reason is, don't forget we want to do 250 words. We want 250 words and no time enough to start counting. You ain't counting nothing in that exam. There's no time. But if you notice that in the document I sent everybody, there's a writing sheet there. Who can attest to that?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Okay, there. So there's that exam. I have done that exam. I'm not gonna lie. No time to count. But once you've practiced with that writing sheet, the idea behind that thing, how I teach people to count, that first line, because you're practicing now with your writing sheet, the first line, you count how many words are on that line. Count the words on the roll. You now count how many rows in the introduction. You now use that word. Let's say you on a particular roll, your handwriting use 8. On the total roll, the total rows you've written for introduction, you wrote 4 rows. So that's 8 times 4. That's what? 32.
32.
So you understand that you've drawn 32 words here. So you cannot go and try the body paragraph and try to do more. Previously, this was it. All my ideas, I rushed everything, I wrote it out. Now, I want to organize. I'm grouping them. What this means is, which one looks the same thing? Which one I like? Which one can I put together, merge together to make one point? Instead of all this plenty work. That's what this is about. So let's move on. Now, notice that, okay, see, this is me grouping the work now. This thing is disturbing me. So this is me grouping my work. So I've made this I grouped some into job, career benefits. When I read through, it sounds like for the job, career benefits. The other one looks like personal benefits. See how I grouped it. So my topic sentence now is to carry job, career benefits. Are you understanding what I'm doing now? My second body paragraph, the topic sentence will carry personal benefits. So all the other things I wrote under will now be my supporting ideas. I'm explaining the same thing I did for risk to society, LV, risk. So I only just grouped everything together, and that's just what I did for this. I gave it an heading. Now, this heading that I've given, that will be my topic. That will be what I'll put in my topic sentence. Now, if you are following the method of writing only benefits in the first paragraph, risk in the second paragraph, how do you now do it? I'll say I will now give a topic sentence and say this. I will include both my job benefits and personal benefits. This will be good for us because it will affect our jobs positively and it will benefit us as individuals personally. You see that I've put in my topic sentence. Then in the supporting idea, I just explain. I explain both of them. I explain one first, explain the other one next, give my example or evidences, and I'm good to go. So this is just providing examples now. So this one, as you're writing, when those things, okay, I think I think I put one example. Look, I didn't put it there. See this health risk, e.g. arthritis. Can you see it? E.g. arthritis. I've already put an example there. See the first one, e.g. business people. For example, those in the business world would want to achieve more, like this. You see, I'm doing my example. For instance, please, your signposts are key. All those complex sentences, those words, those videos, the video I sent to you, everybody, I sent the video to you. Please, those words, start putting them in your write-ups now. You don't need to cram. Once you know those words, just start putting them. Once you start putting them, it enters your head straight up. So let's move on. Okay, so that's providing examples. let's look at how we used some of the ideas in the brainstorm, and that's the example now. Business people, arthritis. So just to put all these things into play while you're working there. Okay, so here we are. So that's just the same. Now see something else. Yeah, see what I did here. You know, initially, let's go back, please. Initially, see, I had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I now merged again. This last one, scientists, doctors, everything, I now merged them together. See what I now did it. I now gave 2 bullet points under your job and career. See, 2 bullet points under your personal. So when you're explaining, you're explaining them together. You know, just explaining everything together and make it just get good supporting ideas, put everything in proportion, and you are good. You see, your 8 point, your 8 like that, or 8.5. This other one, know enough natural resources. I put water as examples. So these are the way you just generate your ideas and it continues to flow. Today now we are establishing it 45, 85, 85, 45. Are we good together? Are we good on this? Can we do it? Is it possible?
Yes, ma.
It's possible. It's possible.
You can work with that.
Sorry?
You can work with that, ma.
Yes. So, and this thing is practice. As you practice this thing, that's how you get that thing. Because if you don't practice it, in exam on the test day, no magic. Oh. The magic is now. Once it's there, you know the method, it sticks. I need 3 things from you, my introduction. I need 4 things, my body paragraph. 4 things, body paragraph. I need my summary.
I want to make a clarification or to get something from this. The last exam, I've actually tried it once,
Okay.
and I noticed that when, I don't know if that was what was responsible for my 6.5 or thereabouts, I got the paper and I did not put space in between to show that I'm on the second paragraph or first paragraph. So instead of using space or leaving a space in between, I left some space beside it before I started writing my paper and my points. So I don't know if it is compulsory to leave a line in between the introduction and the paragraphs.
It is not compulsory. So it depends on you. If you want to start with the small space before you start writing, that's what do we call that? Indented? No, not indented comma.
Yes, indent.
Yes, indent.
Exactly. If you want to be doing, you are fine. If you want to leave a space, don't forget that if you are leaving a space, you are not putting that incident anymore. Don't forget.
Okay.
So people that leave spaces, it's as if they are writing an article. Can you know how articles look like in a paper?
Yes.
You see how they put it. So they put it, that paragraph, leave a space. That's the concept behind that. But if that's not what you do, that's not what costs your marks, sir.
Okay.
That is not what costs your mark, no.
Right.
Because on the what's it called? On their teaching scores, they said you can apply any of the method you like. If you want to put your indented whatever, you do that. If you want to leave a space, you can do that. You are free to do any one. So ranking your ideas, we've already ranked our ideas. After you have organized your ideas into groups, you need to rank them. When you say rank, which is more important? Is the personal more important than the what's the other one? The job and career? Whichever one is more important, you write. Just don't go and start writing a new one, no. On your paper, as you've ranked like that, just put either if the one down is more important, put that one as 1. If the one on top is more important, put that one as 2. But all this, don't forget, all these things you're doing, I'm talking about, you have only 5 minutes. So if I see this, I was explaining since. See your benefit careers now. Number 1 looks important. I wrote 1, you see, career personal. So now this is a comprehensive. So you see, to live a long life has been a dream for countless years. What is that, please? Somebody should answer. Let me give name. Who should I call? Mr. Adebola. To live a longer life has been a dream for countless years. What is that, please? Oh, yeah. Okay, you said it. General statements. So next, with the development of science and technology, it might be possible for people to live for 150 years in the near future. So what's that also? That's your what?
That's paraphrasing the topic
Thank you.
sentence.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. So I go further. However, in my opinion, it may not be beneficial for people to do so. What is that, please?
Answering the specific.
I will say specific
Beautiful.
opinion.
Beautiful. So undoubtedly, there are some major advantages of living for a longer life. So that's my topic sentence. That's my topic sentence. So I go further. Firstly, people could enjoy longer lives and do more of the things they want. So I'm explaining. My topic sentence, such as trying different lifestyles. They could spend more time with their family and even watch their children go to old age. So you see how I've infused everything on personal benefits. So I've put them first. I now go further. And because of this, I'm playing with my linking structure. See what I'm saying now? In addition, people could contribute more if they live longer lives, especially, you see, my example is coming, especially scientists and other valuable members of the society. For example, if Edison had lived longer, he might have invented more things for us, or Mozart might have produced more wonderful music. So do you see how I played with all the words I've thought about, how I ranked all my words? One important thing, how we link our body. See how I linked it. Now, what I did, undoubtedly, firstly, I didn't go and read secondly. In addition, so what I use now, I use what? In addition. You see, next one goes to us. Nevertheless, see the way I'm linking my words. Nevertheless, there could be many disadvantages if people, now, so they said risk, Abi. See, I change it to disadvantages. It's not the same thing. So learn synonyms. Synonyms for advantages are plus sides, benefit, advantages. I can see from my topic sentence. That means you want to talk to me about advantages. So the thing that topic sentence does for our work, it tells the examiner what to expect in this paragraph. In the second paragraph, I use there could be many disadvantages if people live for 150 years. The examiner understands that, okay, in this paragraph, she wants to talk about disadvantages. So you can use any word you use, but you must shout tally. Not that I don't want to say disadvantages. You use one word that does not resemble disadvantage. You must, the same synonym that plays the same thing with that word. So please, you can play with any word you know that is right. Backdrop, drawbacks, things like that. And you're going. In conclusion, I believe that the disadvantages for people living for 150 years far outweighs the advantages. Therefore, this development could be a largely negative one for our society. Simple. Ranking is just which one is more important. Which of your ideas you've penned down, which of them is more important that you think that has more weight or is stronger that can beat any other thing? You understand? So that's just all ranking is. If all the points you have written, number 2 is stronger than every other thing, use that point. What's right number 1 there? Use that point first when you're discussing. See, for this now, I put all the points. I put benefits of job first. But now I feel that personal benefit is more stronger. So I've used personal benefits in the first sentence, in the first in my body paragraph, the main part is personal benefits. Then after, in addition, I added all the other job and career. So that's just the basis about ranking. Planning this argumentative essay. So it's the same method you will use for any type of essay. But this one now, planning an argumentative essay is similar to planning other task 2 essays. However, you will need to decide if you agree or disagree with the viewpoint. I said that at the beginning. For this kind of essay now, you decide, do I want to agree? Do I want to disagree? So tell yourself, which one I want to do. when you are sure you want to agree, start writing points. It's the same way we did that first one. Same way you do this one. Start writing points on you agreeing. So you may find this difficult to decide, and in the end, the viewpoints you present in your essay might depend on the number and quality of ideas you can think of when you plan. Now, some people, they would say, let me write agree. They'll write points on agree down. They'll write points on disagree down. They will now weigh both of them and like, okay, which one is better for me? Do I have more points for disagree? Do I have more points for agree? If you know you have time, if you know you're fast, you can do that, you can do that. But I still recommend, decide when you start reading your question, start thinking of ideas. So an example of argumentative essay is, teenage offenders should be treated in the same way as adult offenders. Do you agree? So you have to decide yourself. And when you decide, tips, note that you will not always need to brainstorm ideas for both sides of the argument essay. This method is only useful if you are unsure of your viewpoints to present in your essay. So I've already explained all this part. So let's move. Okay, this is a comprehensive essay for that question. Let's read the question again. The question is, teenage offenders should be treated in the same way as adult criminals. Do you agree? So this is me writing my intro. The teenage years can be a wonderful yet difficult time in the lives of young people. That's my general statement. Those teenagers who break the law during their teenage years, who break the law during their teenage years need to be treated differently due to their age. This essay will argue for special treatment of teenage offenders. Some teenagers act impulsively and commit offenses which they later regret. See, I only put the point. I did not explain. People were making that mistake on today's class. Do not explain. You can put your point. Do not explain. I don't want to explain. Go and explain your body paragraph. You understand? So let's move on. The most important consideration is that teenagers are young people with their entire lives before them. Therefore, they need to be treated differently to adult offenders who may have been criminals for some time. Crimes committed by teenagers may not have been intentional and may have resulted from negative influences such as poor parenting, drugs and alcohol, or even from watching violent video games. Additionally, young people may be under enormous pressure to do well at school. As a result, many teenagers are stressed and may commit crimes without thinking fully about their actions or the consequences. You see, I've picked a point. I've only explained only one point in this, my story that I've given here. I only was sticking to one point. I'm defending the teenage criminals. Next one. Finally, any harsh punishment, such as sending teenage criminals to jail, could damage their future. You see, this is another point. But I'm still agreeing. For example, if they are unable to find work, once they have left jail, they may return to a life of crime or survive. Therefore, we should give them the chance to understand the effects of their wrong behavior by treating them with lesser punishment, such as community service or rehabilitation classes to learn more about right and wrong behavior. In conclusion, I strongly believe that we should treat teenage offenders differently from adult criminals. By doing this, we can ensure that they do not remain criminals for life. So see this conclusion, what I did here. I strongly believe, my opinion, I now paraphrase the question. So you can play with these things here. I paraphrase the question. I now gave final, what I put in my body paragraph, and I'll put in summary here. So by doing this, we can ensure that they do not remain criminals for life. Remember that planning your essay in the IELTS test to take no more than 5 minutes. Please, 5 minutes. To save time, you may wish to practice brainstorming by thinking of ideas in your head. Organize your ideas into groups before you write them down. Only write a basic outline of your plan. Okay? Remember to spend no more than 5 minutes. See, I'm saying it again. This 5 minutes is important too. Remember to spend no more than 5 minutes on planning each essay. Write your ideas and plan on your question sheet. Again, if you need more information, more things about these things, you can always go on my page, Finesse Impact. I always put a lot of things there for people to, just read up. Okay, all we have done today, we discussed on brainstorming. We discussed how do you start your paper. You start with task 2. Once you start with task 2, you read your question 2 times, please, at least 2 times. The first time you read, you just read to understand. The second time you read to get your main idea or main topic. Are we together? So at the point where you've gotten your main topic, next thing you go to your body paragraph, your specific question, and start thinking of ideas. Okay. And how do you think of ideas? What, how, when, who, your W's with your how. How would this happen? Teenage criminals, if we don't give them, if we put them in prison like adults, how will it affect their life? What can we do to help them improve? You see how I'm getting ideas? With those kind of questions, ideas come. You start writing them down. Once you've written down your ideas, anyhow is coming, just be writing. The next thing is to group them, like give them headings, like how I did career, personal, risks to individual, risks to society, things like that. Give them headings as you want to give them. After you've done that, you do what next? You rank. Which point is stronger? Which point can I defend? I can defend this point any day, anytime. You put that one down too. After that, what else? You start writing. And please, you only have 5 minutes to plan. And I advise, all we are saying now, practice it now. Practice it now, not exam day. As you keep on practicing, as you keep on playing with it, in exam, it just comes naturally and you're fine. That'll be all. Thank you, everybody, for joining the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye. Au revoir.